So far, so good. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Uh, yeah, we're, we're enjoying some Transformers action despite the news.
That's fun. So you can hear me, but no one else can.
Oh,
Now,
can they hear me?
now they can hear me. Welcome everybody to VectorSigma.info. How you guys doing? A little bit confusing. All right. So we are live officially. Let me minimize this guy so I can see everything correctly. All right, so tonight's matchup, we got Quake versus Fort Max, so you guys don't get that boring Perceptor mirror that you keep seeing, and I will do my best to leave it off screen this week. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back where Stefan's playing a Perceptor list, but he's also going to play against Quake, so that should be fun. Lots of two Quake games, so there's two Quakes in the event that are both 2-0 so far. We have Clayton here on the left, who is 2-0, and Ventric, who's 2-0, playing Quake also. And then we have this surprise here of Fort Max that's 2-0 in the event as well, and he's already beaten one Quake through the event. So we'll have to see. I was really interested to hear about that matchup from Nick, who is his opponent. So I'm definitely intrigued to watch this unfold and see how it's going to go.
Yeah, you definitely have my interest peaked with a 2-0 Fort Max deck because especially one that happened to overcome a Quake build, because traditionally these one tall builds have had an Achilles heel, and that is these somewhat tall orange builds. Now Quake is obviously a unique one compared to, say, way back in Wave 1, the Dinobots, or any of the subsequent ones that have filled in between, but it still kind of fits that mold of I'm orange, I'm sizable, and I can put a hurt on your singular character very quickly.
Right. Now, Clayton's list is a little bit different. I believe he has a Moxo in there instead of like your traditional 3 health heads. So it is a bit different that he's going for. He's kind of going with more of that base attack instead of that extra health, and I think he's actually using that to his advantage in certain ways of being able to get his guys off the board slightly faster.
So of the 2 heads, it looks like he's running Briscoe Grax, and then you're saying the other one is Monkso?
I believe so. Or I have to pull. I was trying to not pull up the list because I didn't want to, but I may have to. That's okay. That's okay. I know he's playing Moxo for certain.
Interesting. Now, in the main, you're saying, as opposed to out of the board?
Yep, in the main.
Interesting. Now, who is the head on our Fort Max player for everybody out there that may not have the best resolution?
The final guy is Grax. Me and Christian talked about this deck a lot. His list is 46 cards. And
what?
Yes.
Okay.
His main reason for that is he so often that you would get into a game, and like by the time your Fort Max was KO'd and you got your Cerebos, you would have to shuffle your deck. So you would lose an entire scrap pile that you wouldn't be able to utilize when your first defensive flips. So
interesting.
He went with I kept going for a 45 card list, but he settled. He was at he wanted to be like 50, and I'm like, bro, you don't need 50. That's ridiculous.
Okay, yeah, that's.
So
I mean, 46 sounds crazy. This is the Spaceballs meme of light speed, ridiculous speed, ludicrous speed, and
right.
56 is in the ludicrous category.
So he walked it back, and he did get to 46. So I'm very, very interested to see how this goes, because like I said, me and Christian did have a pretty good conversation about the list leading up to the event, so we'll have to see it. But let's let them get the action started, and let's watch.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. All right, guys. You are good to begin. Good luck, and if you need me, just wave your hands all crazy or something like that for a judge call or some shit. Look, it's Perceptor.
People have already forgotten the judge paperwork.
For what it's worth, and I will not insult them because I forgot to tell them to do that.
That's all right.
So.
All right, so we do have Clayton going first. That was already established while we were explaining everything, and I think the obvious is happening here.
Yeah.
Is that a work overtime that I just saw?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes, I believe he has 3 of them in his list.
I mean, the deck can run out of gas. It is
right.
entirely possible. You're playing out virtually every card every turn.
Right.
So, Ideally, you end the game before then, but I can definitely see the merit in including it.
All right, I'm finally pulling up his list now to check it out, to confirm over your heads. Yeah, so it's Grax, Moxo, Krebs, so there's no Briscoe.
Gotcha. So we did not get a defensive Fort Max trigger.
Cool. Well,
but
no.
It looks like...
Isn't it only when he's in the other mode? Or no, that's right, he flips that mode. Sorry.
Yeah, he pings in this mode.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, and how often do you see Fort Max? With the awkward have to tap the whole table mode.
32-person event. Christian is the only one that played Fort Max. He is 2-0. So, there you go.
We got a defensive 2, and this has to be a trigger, right?
Yes, the smoke.
Because he has the backup
steady shot.
Beam.
Steady
like
shot.
That's so many cards.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That was a good little smack.
Yeah, so everybody gets photon bombed. He transforms. Oh, and by the way, he cracks you for like 11.
I don't think it's that high.
8, 9, only 9. Yeah, because he
Yeah.
doesn't get the bonus from Metallicato.
Yeah.
Or the pip from Metallicato, rather.
Right.
With Bolt 3, I mean, it
Seems okay.
obviously, yeah, he's going to get it.
Now,
well, I guess there's a chance he won't, but we're going to go out on a limb and assume
Yeah.
that he did the math.
well,
So Paralyzo box comes back to hand, which is interesting.
I told him, like, when he was first starting, I was like, listen, if you're going to play 46 cards, the numbers have to work out to where you're not going to mess up the puzzle box, you know? So, like,
Right.
you got to make sure you hit that number, as good as you can.
Now, the interesting thing here is that Fangry still survived that hit. Now, obviously, Fangry's not going to survive further damage, or not much further damage. But the fact that it's going to require potentially either multiple attacks or multiple triggers could cause some problems.
Well,
Fort Max definitely has to end the game quickly.
He still has 4 health left, so he doesn't just straight,
Die to the photon bomb.
Yeah, he doesn't get KO to the photon bomb, so that's definitely something to note.
Exactly.
Because it's going to be important.
Yeah, the fact, that's why I was saying, the fact that he's going to have to sink in either another attack, which is not likely. He's presumably going to punch something else.
I'd like to point out that card right on top of Clayton's scrap pile there, the Swindled.
Ooh, that's a good call.
It's another sweet little addition to the deck of trying to go over the top with the Horrible. Because he has, 6, 9 black upgrades in the list. So, like, if he's able to... And even if he doesn't have 2 black upgrades, the idea that he can just drop, a grenade launcher and an erratic energy grenade or something like that, like, those things are...
Exactly.
It's like, okay, I get to get a ping and play this ridiculous weapon,
Yep.
I mean, even right now, imagine if you just went like, oh, okay.
Really? All right.
Okay. All right. So
We're doing things.
There's our
We're doing
first.
things.
There's our first Quake trigger.
Yep.
1.
Now, I presume he's setting up so that any future Fort Max triggers are just going to start pinging everything everywhere, because obviously that Kreb is going to eat it if a photon bomb happens.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that Kreb probably might not untap. Like he's going to attack with everybody now, and then, like, that's probably going to be it. But, like, I think the key here is he's going to try and KO this Fort Max in this turn, and then see what he can do against the Cerebros. I don't know that he's going to be able to, though.
To KO the Fort Max, it's going to be tough, but it's entirely possible. And assuming he does on the subsequent turn, it's a tough spot to dig out with Cerebros from here against a relatively healthy Horrible, a pretty healthy Quake. There's going to be some mean things that could happen.
So what's that, 10?
9, 10, it looks like. 10 Pierce something, but I see some double pips.
Yeah, it was a pretty hardy defense.
And, of course, there's a ping from Fort Max.
Yep. So what's he get to 9? Yeah, I mean, like, he might get out of this, like, at 11? So he might have about 4 health left, I would guess. Yeah, because we get the guaranteed Pierce 2 there, which is what I was assuming. Not many defense triggers there. He might actually get 3 in there. Yeah, so we got him to 12. So he has 3 health left. And now, granted, now that he gets the PT and untap, he could very easily KO
him out of combat
with Horrible, right?
Yes, exactly. I can't see... how many cards he has in hand there. They're just off to the side there.
This should be number 4, I guess.
So it's there's a good chance that he has 2 Black Pip upgrades. So
yeah, especially because he didn't play. I don't know. He didn't play one last turn, but he definitely went for the grenade launcher instead. So
I mean, I can get behind that. There's
right.
Your goal is to eliminate that Fort Max last turn.
Right.
Obviously, didn't quite succeed, but he should get there now.
Oof. Yeah.
That doesn't feel quite as good.
Because he has the fusion bore here, which is kind of feels bad because like he could just play the fusion bore on Kreb and like just get a free KO with Kreb, and then like kind of force the action of, all right, now you need a way to deal with my Kreb, or, like, because like, to me it's like that's like the safe play, but maybe it's not safe enough. But with your characters only on 3 damage each, I think fusion bore. I think I would have rather played fusion bore and Kreb and just go, all right, my Kreb's just gonna get there.
I absolutely would have gone with that. Now, we'll have to see what he's actually going to do, because I think he's very much contemplating getting it with Horrible.
Stefan, I don't know what you said, but you deleted it immediately. Well, welcome to the stream, Brad. All I see is message retracted. I'm like,
I think he's very much contemplating getting it with Horrible.
What happened here?
You turned on sound
Stefan,
for your restream.
But you deleted it immediately.
Weird. I don't want to do that. I'm going to turn it off.
So I'm curious what if he's debating if he definitely has the fusion bore. I don't know if you saw that in his
he
hand
played
plate.
Holomatter. I saw the fusion, but he played Holomatter, so that was his thing for turn. And then but he had, like, I know he had the fusion bore, so it's like,
well, that's where I didn't catch the fusion bore.
yeah.
Until you had
I
said
just like glimpsed all it.
I think since he made that play, he has to attack with Quake, or oh man, this feels bad. Did he block all of it?
He got to 6, and he's at
6, 5, 4, 3. That is brutal. Because it's entirely possible he just kills
Horrible now, and Kreb.
Yeah, and Kreb, and then it's. I mean, I still think the Fort Max player is arguably in a hole, but it's significantly closer now.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, the fusion bore is, like, the fusion bore still represents a good enough attack on your next attack, but to me, I don't.
That you killed Fort Max this turn.
Right. I think you just take the safe play and say.
I mean, to be honest, if you're not going to play the fusion bore, I think you play the Hollow Matter on Kreb.
Yeah, I can kind of get behind that.
Because it gets another attack out of him.
So what does he name here? He just names alt mode, right? Yeah, he just names alt mode.
Presumably alt mode, yeah. That makes sense. All right, big money, no whammies.
He's got it.
He's got infinite.
Yeah, he got it. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 attack. Yeah. 11. Or can I just not count? Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he's dead.
I just can't.
I was trying to recount everything just to make sure I wasn't missing something. So there should be a ping to 2 pings onto Fort Max.
Well, it would ping first, right? And then the second ping would just be invisible.
Is he dead? Oh, he's at.
Oh, he has a Holomatter. No, he's good. He snuck in a Holomatter.
I didn't see him play that. Okay, then never mind.
Sheesh. Oh, it's so much worse now.
Yeah, this is. Oh boy.
Yeah, that got way worse.
I'm assuming this is roughly how it went with his previous Quake opponent, where he did something similar.
Yeah. Because now this is the real feels bad. It's like you almost have to fusion bore, right? Because if you miss again, I
don't know
exactly so here's the thing.
How many black pips he has remaining. He
looks
like he has.
Right. If he took a moment real quick and just went through his scrap pile, he could probably figure out what that last card is.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Because you only got to squeak through one more.
Right. So if you could figure out that that's a black pip, you know, or at least get a real good idea if it's a black pip, I think you would have to go that route. Oh, he has more than a couple. Okay, Jesus.
Yeah, there's a lot more cards there than I thought there was.
Yeah, it did look deceiving.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean,
it's enough. It's got to be enough.
yeah.
He has
Sure
Pierce
hope
3.
so.
He has Pierce 3 anyway.
He also snuck a stable cover into play, and we didn't notice.
Yeah, right? Like, wait a minute. He had everything. Alright, so Cerebros pops out, and he has a ton of health.
Yes, he does. What is his total right now? With that Grax?
Is that... He has 9 to start, right?
I'm sorry?
He has 9 to start?
Cerebros has 8 health to start.
Alright, so 13.
13, but he's tough 1 with 1 defense.
And he has an hand
now he has a power
cell. Okay.
I mean, sure.
That's the dead guy.
So here's the thing. He has a base 6 attack.
Yeah.
Presumably he has a weapon. He's going to recurse something.
He has the white-green weapon, the Paralyzo box, in his hand still.
Right. So the question is, so assuming he hits that 6, 10, maybe 12, coming back onto Quake, point being is I'm trying to decide whether our Quake player needs to finish off Cerebros right now, or can he survive?
Quake trigger for damage. Thank you.
All over it.
I wasn't missing that one. I was like, he doesn't have a Hollow Matter anymore. So what's that go to?
He goes into Bumblebee mode.
Yeah,
6 attack.
Yeah. He gets 3. He has 4 defense, so that helps.
Yeah, I mean that.
There you
all
go.
right.
There you go.
Okay. So the question about whether he'll survive 2 attacks has mostly been answered.
Yeah.
Mostly. I mean, this guy can still put out some hurt. That's a lot of Pierce and not a lot of orange.
Right, so he does.
Not even a lot of Pierce.
He does trigger. Yeah, it just looks like 6 Pierce 2 to me.
Oof.
I think it's just 2, right?
Yeah.
And does he get the trigger? I think he gets the trigger, but doesn't have anything in there because it took extra long to kill his Fort Max. That's a feels bad. Picks up a Paralyzo box.
2 Paralyzo boxes in hand.
He's got him. He might have got rid of one
Paralyzo
earlier.
boxes for days.
Yeah, he might have got rid of one earlier.
That's possible, yeah.
Maybe that's what he took the Hollow Matter for, you know. I definitely missed him finding the Hollow Matter. Oh, well, there you go. He's big.
He is a big boy at this stage. Assuming he can guess correctly, but I think he has a pretty good shot. Is that Master of Metallicato?
Yeah, this is going to hurt.
Oof.
All right, let's see. Oh. Not sure what he named, obviously.
Yeah. All right, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then...
Potentially plus 4.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15? Plus a Paralyzo box?
Jesus. All right, so if he just picks up his Quake, we know that that it hurt.
Yeah, 15, 14, 12, 11. I think he lives through it, pending the Paralyzo box. All right, it looks like he's counting it, so it should be like 19, I think.
So
6, 10,
takes 15.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, I think. I'm counting that right?
So 3, 10. It looks like it was 18. No, one less.
No, it should be 17 because I thought
17.
Master Metallicato gave it naturally.
Oh,
gave 2.
Right.
And he's not a specialist, I
No.
believe.
No.
So he doesn't get the pip. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. He played it. It was not off that.
Yeah.
So he does live, but yeah, he's not very healthy.
No, and he has to have like a really good 2 cards here.
Like, he has to play a weapon and a fight for position and pray.
Well, there's a grenade launcher. And...
Fight for position? Question mark?
Doesn't look like he has anything.
Or something. I mean, it doesn't have to be fight for position, but I'm assuming those are in there.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have it. So what's that? Just 10? Pierce 2?
Oh, boy.
Not a trigger, though. Yeah. Like, ouch.
Ouch town. Population quake.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that early fusion bore is definitely a difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely. You could definitely see this game going in a wildly different direction otherwise, because you'd have another Titan Master and Head still in play right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have been a way better position for sure. Well, he did not guess green. I will guarantee that.
It's probably a safe bet. Now, there's an argument to be made that maybe he should have rolled the dice and been in the other mode. You lose one static attack, but you'll get the ping when he dies. I don't know if he thinks he's...
Did he live?
There's no way.
5, 6, 7, 8 minus... Yeah, no. No way. Yeah. I was like, there's no way. I was like, how is that possible?
Exactly. It was probably just a moment of, wait, what card was that? That sort of thing.
Fort Max, Cerebros.
All right, so
and
that...
Mox, and that's a good stat by Henry there, by Jihen.
What was that?
In this matchup, it has some of the utmost unique things, where Christian is the only player playing Fort Max and Cerebros, and then Clayton is the only player playing Moxo. So, there you go. Fun stats.
Interesting.
Thanks, Henry.
I definitely would be very curious to learn what the reasoning behind Moxo was.
I guess just base attack. I mean,
well,
like,
I mean,
I guess,
yes, I would assume he wanted the +1 attack.
Yeah. Well, it's +2 attack,
don't
right?
say.
Or no, is it just +1? That's right.
I think they're scooping it up.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So we're onto the board now. Clayton, our Quake player, had to go first. I did not catch whether that was like who won the die roll, whether that was a choice or not.
I think I would guess that Clayton would want to go first, especially with the play pattern of he flipped Quake first, assuming his Fangry might not untap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. So he has the Parsect in the board, so he opted to just put the Parsect in. I had a lot of conversations with some of the Quake players in the event, and I really pushed for Doomshot, mainly because when going second, I think it just keeps your Quake alive.
I was about to say, yeah, Doomshot has been on my mind as a board character for this deck, because the fact of the matter is you are limited in your board character options by virtue of how the deck functions.
Yep.
So Doomshot probably is up there of, I assume, everybody's list. Obviously, not everybody decided to go that direction, and I can respect that. I'm curious what else he's bringing in. Obviously, there appears to be a significant amount of boarding going on in general.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it back up again. For some reason it went away. I didn't make it go away, but it went away, so I have to bring it back up. I mean, when you have 10 cards plus your 46 for...
You got a lot of options.
The cards in the list, like, they seem a lot less prevalent, obviously, but I imagine, like, if there's just, like... He could potentially be signing out greens for more Hollow Matters and stuff like that for the...
I was going to say, yeah, the greens, due to the obscene quantity of both bold and tough, really adds up. And you can, despite the 46 cards, you can go through your deck relatively quickly.
So Clayton has 3 belligerents in the board, and that seems pretty good against the Cerebros. So I think I would probably just board those in just to, like, straight cancel out that effect, right? Because it just turns everything to one color.
Yeah.
So I think I would go for that.
Is he sporting End Hostilities?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's another one where you can screw with the different triggers.
and then I don't know, maybe, and I say this very nicely, maybe they'll hold the lines just for the second part of the game to hold Cerebros to its, star cost. I mean, we just saw him swing for like a bazillion, so maybe that's just in your mind.
I mean, he is still a 7-star character.
Yeah.
Baseline,
but only dealing 7 is much better than dealing 13.
Well, he's gonna get the Grax, so like 10 is pretty sizable.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like I hear what you're saying. It might.
It just might be in your mind.
Yeah, it could be. Like there are scenarios where between the heal 1, you might survive it like 11 because you have 11 effective health due to the heal and your defense, etc. And then that Cerebros just whiffs on that attack, which will turn the tide.
Right,
it's just
right.
I think it would be more important to determine how many cards he needs to take out at this stage.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna pull up Christian's real quick.
Without having the list specifically in front of me, I'm very, very interested to learn how many non-orange pips are in this Quake version. Simply because, it looks like he's choosing to go first. I think he picked up 4 there.
How many non-oranges?
Yeah, the reason being is that there were several anemic attacks in that game. But either way, we're getting him with Fangry with Bolt Infinite.
16.
That's a lot.
With 6 whites. That is a Pierce to Pierce. So he gets...
4 Pierce 4?
Or is it 5?
I can't tell.
I think it's 5. He has 5 attack for sure. Pierce 5. Wait, no, that one's a blank. So 5 Pierce 4? Or no, he did get 5. Maybe it's not a blank. I couldn't figure out what that third card was.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell. Well, it looks like he got in for 5, so I'm going to say it's a black pip.
He took a damage.
He did.
I mean, that's a pretty good first little
I don't
bit.
know what more you can expect, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. It's just, now he only has to deal 10 damage to KO him, So.
Correct.
Fort Max deck is really interesting. I really do assume that Christian will... Either I will talk to Christian or Christian will do something on his own channel talking about it, because it's definitely a very interesting list.
I'm going to guess he named correctly with his Paralyzo box, so this is going to be a whooping.
He does trigger. Toot everything.
I was about to say he's got it. Okay. There we go.
It's a little better than Quake.
13? Question mark?
Dead.
A blammo.
Take 1 back. So this Parsec is in the danger zone, right?
That Parsec is not long for this world. Let me tell you.
Like the danger zone. Is the damage immediate or is it after the combat? I'll have to look real quick.
It's when the character dies.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you mean then.
The Fort Max ability. It's immediate. So.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be bad news. I mean, I think you're still getting with the Parsec first anyway. Like,
well, you have to hope he doesn't trigger.
Well, it doesn't matter if you hold him back and you kill the
there you go.
She's dead.
There you go. It's all right. He has the belligerence,
Don't worry.
which is
No
insane.
triggers. On this turn, yeah, it seems pretty good.
That's not a bad wheel turn. He has to have an upgrade, right? Give me something.
Come on, you didn't fist pump that? You got a fist pump for the camera on that.
All right. I think I would have just gave that to the Parsec and chucked it, right? Parsec's range?
Yeah, I believe Parsec is ranged. I'm going to look it up right now. Parsec is ranged.
Yeah, I would have just chucked it at him.
I mean, unless his hand is really...
Ouch.
He doesn't anticipate drawing another upgrade.
2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to take 3 from the Parsec.
Pretty much all you can hope for.
I have to think that this Fort Max is done for. So 4, 6, 7, 8. So that's
Correct.
6. So with that 6, that's dead right there.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5,
Yeah,
4,
yeah.
2. Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, so now Quake things happen.
Yeah, kills his own Parsec.
Exactly, yeah.
Womp.
Womp womp.
And does 1 to Cerebros. Or wait, is it none to
No,
Cerebros?
I don't believe he's going to.
Yeah, it's going to be 0. It'll end up being 0 to Cerebros. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, because the Parsec trigger kills his own character. Yeah. So triggers the 1, deals 1 to Horrible, deals 1 to Parsec. Parsec triggers, deals 1 to Horrible. And then the head pops in. The Cerebros turns. So yeah. No damage to Cerebros.
Because it's a newer trigger.
Right.
So compared to last game,
Different.
Quake is in a way better position.
Different. Different game.
Yes. Now, unless there is the potential that Cerebros just goes ham here and just mollywops Horrible. But
yeah, I mean, that Horrible is definitely not safe by any means. A Force Field's not a bad card.
yes, but I don't think, or I think that means that Horrible's likely to survive this. Because that is that's the Briscoe on there, right?
I wonder what it is. I'm guessing he called orange. That's would have been my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, the cool thing about the Force Field here also is that he can, even if like he didn't hit Bashing Shield there, he could, alright, so like this is an example, like he can get the reprocess back now, and he can reprocess the Force Field, but he can still trigger to get that Force Field back with the Cerebros.
Oh, off of the Cerebros trigger, you mean?
Yeah,
Yes,
so like
correct.
even if he destroys it, he can just lock it into it and be like, alright, I'll just get it again.
Now, there's a good chance that he ends up taking down Cerebros between these two attacks anyway, as long as he reprocesses that thing.
It's possible. He needs
It depends on whether he has a weapon to follow this up with.
Well, yeah, and we know he doesn't, because he just showed us. He would have had to have drawn a good weapon,
Yeah.
because all he had was the holomatter.
I'm instead of body. Well, I guess it is body language instead of facial expressions. I guess I'm reading his hand movement, and based on that, it seems like he's a little confounded as to how to play out this turn.
Right. Yeah, a Force Field's a sucker. I mean, like, he could end up dealing with the Force Field like multiple times this turn.
Yeah. What's funny is the Briscoe may not pop the force field.
It's very likely it doesn't.
Yeah, without help, aka a weapon, it might not,
Right.
or it likely won't.
Oh, okay.
Swindle does things, does not address the force field.
Wait a minute. He boarded in Parsec, right? So
he does not get the second half of that. He does get the draw 2, I believe.
Right. I won't need to address it unless he tries to play 2 upgrades.
Correct.
If this anything, this just might have been siphoning for things.
Exactly.
Javelin. Yeah, so he was just siphoning.
Correct. Cross your fingers, hope to break the force field.
Oh, that's not a bad start. 6. Nope.
Womp womp.
Missed trigger though. So it doesn't get anything, he doesn't get to get anything back.
Right.
I mean, and this isn't the end of the world if you ask me either. I mean, like, he can get 2 damage on, and then even if he only gets another 4, that still puts him to 11. So it puts him in, definitely in the danger zone.
Yeah, he's definitely on the edge at this stage, and I think that our Quake player should be able to get there, obviously, on the follow-up.
He does trigger this time.
That's problematic, potentially.
I'll be curious what he gets.
I mean, it's got to be a weapon, right?
Could
Does
be,
he break
could be,
the 5, 6, 7?
It could be
5,
utility.
4, 3? He only has 2 in hand, but he also is missing. He's unable to get back the force field off of this.
Right. Yeah, Henry, I agree. I really enjoyed the tough 2-head on him, freeze out. So it's definitely a little different without the sparring gear. I agree, because the freeze out kind of just gave it to you, so it's much easier to trigger. So I guess if that's the best thing you could get, because the other problem was he had 2 Hollow Matters on his first flip.
Yeah, that is problematic.
All right, so now the force field is just irrelevant, right? Unless he finds a way to heal himself.
Is he running reprocess to reprocess his own stuff?
All right, so he gets Javelin and a Metallic Auto, so he's definitely just trying to
he's
kill
blow
Quake.
Up that Quake, yeah.
Shoots the Quake. Oh no, okay,
Ooh,
wow.
No,
She actually
Briscoe,
takes...
which he gets pinged.
Doesn't that KO him on the Quake attack? Right? Or can he get back Hollow Matter with the effect? He can get back Hollow Matter?
Let me see what... I think that's probably his plan. I need to see what's Cerebro's...
Yeah, I think he's going to get back Hollow Matter.
I mean, he kind of has to.
Right, otherwise it's just... He puts himself in a very, very scary predicament. Or just... Okay, Parasaur's fine too. I think... does that even do anything, though? I think he would just get Hollow Matter, right?
I mean, it's +2 extra health, so, like, this Grax is gonna kill on the counterattack.
I guess I'm just worried...
I mean, it does leave him...
I'm worried...
He can get Canadian Crash now.
Right, I'm worried if like, that's what I'd be worried about. I mean, I guess the question is like, obviously it can, if he has the, if Christian he only has 1 card left in hand, so if he has an offensive play, he'll be able to KO the Grax for sure.
Of course, yeah.
All right, so that's
the board to guarantee.
Yeah, that's a guarantee.
The inevitable.
I don't think there's any way around that. So he does trigger, though.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything he could have gotten back that would have mattered at that stage.
I would have
given
just...
the quantity of damage.
I would have got back a hovercraft, right?
Just could have, yeah.
Just to deal damage?
Yeah.
Alright, there's a combat dagger. Ooh, secret action. Is that a hold the line?
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, there's 2 of them in the list. I would be shocked if it wasn't. That's good enough right there, though, right? Oh no, he needs the reveal. He needs the reveal in orange.
Correct.
Yeet. You got it. There's 5.
You got it on the last
one.
one.
Yep. Got him.
That'll get it.
All right. Cool
GG.
games. Cool games. All right, let's turn you guys up. Turn you guys up.
Wait. It is. It is.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, that was. Ooh.
Is that fast enough for you, Dan?
It was pretty quick. It was way quicker than my stream, that's for sure. Yeah, close game. I mean, like the first game I think was much closer, and it was just that 1 damage trigger really was just turned the whole game around for you, Christian, which was really exciting.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
an exciting deck.
Yeah. Now on that last flip, you did trigger Cerebros, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. I thought you did. It was a little hard to see, but I thought you did. Okay.
Nah, I didn't.
I was just curious because if you did, you could have just like got it back at hovercraft or whatever, just to give yourself the damage. That's what I thought.
Yep,
I thought you did. That's all. Well, thanks a lot for playing on stream tonight, guys. You definitely had some exciting giant numbers with that Cerebros in game 1, which was pretty crazy. Me and I think Vin tried calculating it like 14 times. So
I'm excited to look at that.
definitely thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for playing, and good luck in the rest of the event.
And my streak of
thank you.
being videotaped continues. I forget to win when I'm videotaping.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Yep,
Yeah, see you then.
Yeah. So that was that's a quick set for sure. I mean, there's they didn't even use 20 minutes in game time. So
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, given the way these decks function,
right.
kind of that part I expected and did turn out true. The other part that I expected did not turn out true.
Right. That's fair. All right. Well, that is enough. We will see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be back tomorrow night with Stefan and Ventric.
Not
See you
everybody.
guys.